Evening all, welcome to Total Division. There you go, carrying on a concept that we put a bit of time and effort into and we're very lazy indeed. Look at this game, it's awesome. Too long, didn't read, you don't want to watch the video. These are 10 questions about Destiny Division. I'm going to do that all through the video, so don't take the piss. Is it good? Yes. Is it worth getting? Yeah, I'd say so. Am I enjoying it? Yeah. And these aren't the questions. We haven't even begun the questions yet. I played it last night. I've only played it for one night now, and I hit it. I went from level 0 to 6, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. It's a pretty good shooter. Lots of cover-based stuff, but we'll kick off with the questions. Let's see what we have first. Is it any good? Yes. Well, I guess I've just kind of done that. I basically played it last night. Now, one of the things I would say is that I think one of the key things people are going to ask is, can I play this solo or do I have to play in a gang? And the answer is yes to both. You can play it solo. There's certain missions that you will need to have some brosefs with you, but I don't think it's too intrusive. If you don't want to talk, don't talk. If you're crippled and paralysed by strange people from the internet, then don't worry, you don't have to talk. But I would say that there's not too much requirement for you to do so. I think we did one mission where we needed another person because we were just a 2 and we had to be a 3. So I would say that's not so bad. So, is it any good? Yes. Is it just a Destiny copy? Yes, but no. It's like done properly. I always had a problem with Destiny because it was a little bit too much like space lasers and JRPGs. I like this game because it's a bit more real. So, is it worth upgrading a PS3 to a PS4? Yeah, I'd say it is. I've done this. I actually bought a PS4 to play this game. I should have played it on PC, I know. But I think the thing with this game is, and one of the reasons that I bought it, was I want to come and shoot people in the dark zone. I want it to be much more kind of brutal PvP, getting owned, owning people, having fun, etc. So I think for me, that was probably the reason why I bought it on PS4. And I would say it's probably just that bit easier to manage gangs, to play the game. Plus, cover-based, it's funny because this felt more like Grand Theft Auto than Call of Duty. And that's why I think, to me, these kind of games, Grand Theft Auto has always been a console game for me, and I always played it on that. So, I would say it's worth upgrading, yes. Question 3. Will the dark zones work as intended? Yes, I actually wandered. So I was a level 3 and I apparently wandered into the dark zone and I was like a lost little lamb. It was like the start of Bambi, basically. And nothing happened. Basically, Nano sent me a frantic message saying, "Oh my God, you're in the dark zone, run, 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 run." Just as a group of guys were coming around the corner and unzipping their flies. It was not a pretty sight. So basically, I think the dark zone could be very good. I haven't really tested it yet because obviously you need to be quite high level. But Nano was telling me basically he walked into the dark zone and didn't last long. That's all I'll say. There was horrors. He had to show me on a little soft toy where they touched him, and it was horrendously. Oh my God! Look at the little dog. It was pretty bad. So I think that's going to be pretty good fun. So we will show you more of that. The game is really funny. I'm amazed how many kind of subtle trolls they have included in this game. And let me give you an example. Look at these pictures in Madison Square Garden. Look at this guy, strangely confused basketball player. Oh, I couldn't stop laughing when I saw that. Strange toilet next to dead dog. I gotta admit, I was just rolling about on the floor because there is something very amusing about these kind of things, and I particularly like this one. This was like Tony Blair, Mo Money. That's what it should be titled. Tony Blair, Mo Money. So I think it's funny. I think you're going to have a laugh playing the game. There's plenty of good stuff. I would say, actually, the lore is worth a mention as well. Lore, L-O-R-E, not L-A-W. Because there is actually some nice lore going on here as well. In terms of the way that they've built the maps, looks great. It does look like a derelict city. Look at this as we come into a store. It does look pretty good. So definitely. Will the game last longer than Destiny? Don't know. It's got a level cap of 30, and then it's an equipment cap from there. There's elite gear, legendary gear, and so on. So I would say possibly it will. But again, there has to be the things to do. And at the moment, shooting tellies is probably as good as it gets. I'm kidding. I do think that it will last. Certainly, it will last probably a couple of months. Okay. Now, I know you're thinking that's a big outlay. It will last years because there's plenty of DLC coming. Is the game good enough to really invest yourself into? Yeah, I'd say it is. Is it a lot more enjoyable than Destiny? God, yes. Destiny confused me. It was like some weird sci-fi trip, and I could never quite work out what the hell was going on. So I think it will last longer than Destiny. Yeah, Destiny. Keep saying Destiny in Division. And look, here we have fire people. Look at that in the distance. Looks pretty good. So in terms of detail, so if you're a detail nerd, this game is for you because you can upgrade everything. You've got multiple mods for everything. You can just go and explore. We found loads of hidden chests in places. It was pretty impressive. And, you know, those were the firemen. They're the firemen that are basically just the blue-collar workers that have decided they're going to take over the city and just clean it because, hey, management can't do anything. And that's pretty cool. So anyway, in terms of detail, as you can see here, look, there's plenty of detail. There's zones that only you can enter once you've leveled up. So this is, for example, a quarantine zone. So there's a high influx of midichlorians, let's say, that will basically kill you. So you have to have a particular filter, although you seem to never wear a filter, so I'm not sure how that works. Anyway, so as you see, as I enter here, it's starting to kill me. It doesn't kill Nano because he's got a filter on, whereas I don't. So yeah, so that's nice. And obviously, everything you see there, you can upgrade. So it's pretty detailed. I'd say you'd enjoy it. Is this a Dust 514 replacement? Yeah, it is. It is. Absolutely, yes. Yes, it is. Many times, yes, it is. I think you're going to have to. See, look at me putting my mask on. I'm trying to make it so that it stays on, because I think running about with a gas mask will look pretty badass. Anyway, Dust 514 is obviously going. Will this game give you a level of enjoyment the same as Dust 514? Probably not, because they are different games. But will it be just a different type of enjoyment to the same level? Yes. So this is why, I mean, it's kind of part of the reason when obviously I heard that Dust was going, the first thing I thought of was, well, you know, I like playing Dust. I like games, you know, like you, I like games. And not to have games in my life would be quite annoying, because how the hell would I relax? I'd probably have to go and drink wine and eat cheese and grow old and smoke a pipe. And I'm not ready for that yet. I'm still young. So for me, I thought that the best thing to do would be to say, well, look, back a horse, just pick a horse and back it and just go for it. And you'll probably be all right. A lot of people won't like this game, but a lot of people will. And I think you're going to have fun because you can do the PvE. And then when you're bored or you've got a gang together, you can go and do the PvP. For me, that ticks all the boxes. I'm a fashionable man about town and need to show the ladies how... Right, yes, you can. There's a huge amount of customization. If you watched our H1Z1 videos, you will know that basically I was a small teenage girl locked in the mall. I had to go and buy lots of lovely clothes because lol, clothes. And this game is no different. You can upgrade and change your physical appearance as much as you like, and believe me, I will be doing that. So what you see here is I looted a load of jeans and parkas and military jaunty caps from some place, and I'm now wearing them. I like that. That's pretty good. It's very DayZ, and I think that's actually what's needed, because the individuality of the player is something that I think was missing from almost all games nowadays. You basically play, you know, soldier number 1, 2 or 3. And that's not very interesting, whereas in this, you are playing you. And I think that is very nice. I like the fact that you can upgrade pretty much everything. Most particularly the guns. I actually am looking for that kind of automatic shotgun. You know, the kind of belt-fed AA-12 shotgun. That, for me, will be my gun. When I find that gun, it is mine. So I think there's plenty of customization to keep you going. I suspect that it will become a loot thing. So if you've ever played Borderlands 2, you'll know what I mean here. You will just be chasing loot forever. And that's not a bad thing, because it's always nice. That feeling of when you get a good gun or a good upgrade is nice. Okay. Will I get stomped by elite players? Yes, you will. But don't worry about it. This is, you know, they can't hurt you in the PvE area, so shush, shush, shush. They can't hurt you, shush, shush, it's okay. They can't hurt you. They can't get at you at all until you enter the Dark Zone. And I think the Dark Zone is going to be something that you're just going to have to do in a gang, you know. So this is why, and I'm kind of, you know, this leads into a nice segue. You do need to be playing as a group. So please join the SquadB community on PS4. Please do that, because you're going to need to be playing in a group of 4 players who know what they're doing, who are well equipped and can kick ass. Otherwise, you're just going to have a bad time, as Schley would say. So I honestly recommend you do go and basically get a group of players, a group of friends who you can at least call upon if you want to go in PvP. So definitely do that. I think generally, otherwise, no. I am amazed to see, if you remember from our Dust videos, we played with John McGeechee, good old John McGeechee. He's already level 16 in a day, so that's pretty impressive. He's a very good player though, so he, like me, I just kept dying over and over. He didn't. He's very good. So, but that's awesome. I like that. I think this is pretty cool that there's going to be this kind of you know, influx of players that will all eventually get to the same level. So it's not as if they're just going to carry on like dust into the ether of millions of skill points. It will be capped at 30, and then it's really down to what equipment you've got. So, you know, that's a nice thing. And can I play with you, puppy dog eyes? Of course you can. As I say, just join the SquadB community and let's go and play. I'm still getting used to PS4. I know loads of people have sent me messages and you're inviting me to parties. I don't even know what that is. I got invited to one yesterday by Nano and I didn't even know how to accept it. So I'm a PS4 noob. I'm still learning, so don't be too harsh. But I think the game is good. Look at this. We're in the headquarters now. So this is kind of like in fact, it's the New York Post Office, which is incredible. And it's basically the headquarters of the division. And look, you can upgrade all of these wings. It's a derelict building, but you can turn it, you know, you can put gun ranges in here, barracks. There's so much to do that I think it will keep even the most frantic player, it will keep them busy for some time. But I would just stress, just put a note of caution. Take your time on this game. I think a lot of people are rushing through it, maybe, that, you know, in terms of the content and the missions. I think, you know, go and do the side quests as well, because we were playing a side quest where all of a sudden we happened across an arms trade that was happening between 2 groups of the city, bad men, and basically we had to stop it, and it was the most frantic fight I've ever seen, and it was fun. It was really good fun. So I honestly would recommend this game. I think it's fun. We're going to play it. This is the new thing. This is what we do now, and I think it's just going to be a staple of what we do. Dust going is really one of the key drives of this, because I wish it would have been a bit more like Dust, but it's not so far away from it that it's unpleasant to play, and it is a very interesting game. Plus there is that ability to play on your own in a single player kind of thing, and it's got crafting, and it's got this, and it's got that. I would recommend it, and I think you should go and play it. Come play The Division now.